Hell yeah, it's about time. I'm about to graduate high school, and to really cap off my year strong, I gotta go get this senior night W later tonight. But right before I head into the gym for practice, I managed to bump into my rival.
Jonathan! Are you ready to lose again on senior night? You should have just transferred to my school, to be honest.
And to be honest with you, I couldn't care less cause I continued walking forward and he was pretty shook. And I was just locked into the ball game cause I know how much this game means to me and my high school. When it was game time, I know it was time to get busy. See, throughout my time in high school, I've always taken an L against Tarlac National. For this academic year, we got myself and Brandon Rivera graduating, so apart from the school tournament, this was going to be our last game together. The stakes are high and our adrenaline is flowing. To start this ball game, I'm just glad we had Brandon Rivera open from the 3. And I'm letting you guys know right now that he's a bucket. Meanwhile, Kyle Agustin, my arch nemesis, decided to post me up, feeling extra confident in himself, and decided to hit this fadeaway J right on my face. He had it going early in the ball game, and when they called an off-ball play for him, I got clipped on the screen and he was so wide open I couldn't do anything to contest that shot. Heading into the ball game, we know that we're going to be the underdogs because their team is just so stacked. It was evident cause this center right here, Ryan Nunez, just babied our big man. I knew I had to do something about it before everything goes left. When I called for the ball and seen the big man playing down low, I know I had to use the screen, be shifty with it, and hit this 3 right on his grill. And I'm not even going to lie, this quickly became the Kyle Agustin versus Jonathan Tarlac game. Because immediately after I shot a 3 over him, he decided to take it upon himself to get his gat back. Knowing myself, I know I'm not gonna let that slide. Kyle Agustin might be 6'4 or 6'5 and I might just only be 6'2, so I gotta rely on my shot making ability. Unfortunately though, during the first half, Kyle was just taking over, dancing with the ball, shooting left, right, and center, and most importantly, making the bucket. Yeah, I didn't do well during those stretches cause there was a possession where I had the ball and had no idea whether to take it to the basket or shoot the midi. It was a bad turnover and it resulted to a wide open Kyle Agustin 3. But during the second half, I know I had to turn it up a notch in order to give my team a chance to win this game. It was a complete 180 turnaround where I started to heat up. When you give me a bit of daylight and now I'm feeling confident in my shot, it's going to be a long night for you. I was able to instill confidence in everybody and Brandon Rivera had this crazy tough lay. And the opposing team's lead is slowly cutting down cause we were down bad. And what do I mean by bad? I mean they had a 20-point lead heading into the 4th quarter. And in the final stretches with around 3 minutes left in the ball game, we had an opportunity to go for one last run. After this block right here, it seemed as if this game was completely over. But until the game clock hits 0, we still have a chance. Yeah, I just gotta stick with my shot making cause it's hard for me to go downhill, and with me having 36 points right now, with their lead cut down to 5, around 2 minutes left in the game, I like our chances. Going down the wire with a minute left in the game, I had Kyle Agustin on an island and I shot from the same spot yet again. Almost everybody in the stadium is supporting Jose Villap, my high school, because they could potentially witness history.
Here we go, folks. Final possessions with Jonathan Tarlac from Tarlac City. Could this be the game that sends his high school back to the winning column? Jonathan, sizing up Gabriel. Pulls up for the mid-range shot, and he misses. Kyle Augustine remains superior in high school, winning 6 consecutive times against Jonathan Tarlac.
Yup, That actually happened. I missed my final shot in high school, the game-winning shot to deliver for my team. I wanted to win this game so bad that I took it upon myself to try to lead us to victory. But some things aren't meant to be. Did I regret taking that last shot? Hell no. I'm always going to be confident in the shots that I take, and I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I haven't gone through all of that. Yo, I've been waiting for this day. Let's get to work.
Good morning, City of Chicago. You are listening to Squawk Radio 4, and we got some basketball news for you. The Chicago Bulls just waived Markelle Fultz, Trey Jemison, and Yuki Kawamura, finalizing their 15-man roster for the 2026 NBA season. There's a lot to look forward to with this team. A lot of buzz, especially from the Philippines. Homegrown talent Jonathan Tarlac from Tarlac City is looking to make his debut tonight. Does he have what it takes to play at the highest level of basketball?
To be the first Filipino-born to live the NBA dream is still surreal to me. I woke up having a strict diet prepared by the Chicago Bulls trainers just to make sure my body is ready for tonight's opening game against Detroit Pistons. And after breakfast, I decided to go to the practice facility early just to make sure that I get some work in. I haven't even started MyCareer yet, and it's these little things that makes me so grateful to be a part of such a historic franchise. Now, October 22nd, 2025 is going to be a huge day for us Filipinos, because it could be dubbed as the first night or the first NBA official game that a Filipino-born was a part of. That's of course if coach actually puts me in the game. But I'll just keep working on my craft, showing up early to practice, being a good teammate, because ultimately it's all about staying ready when the opportunity arrives. I had 3 workout sessions throughout the day, and before you know it, it's finally game time. The very first thing that I made sure to do when I arrived the arena was to wear the traditional barong. And if you're Filipino, you already know I gotta represent. I've been looking forward to this game, playing against a gritty Detroit Pistons team led by Cade Cunningham. With the East wide open this year, they're looking to take over. Meanwhile, Kobe White will be out for a couple of games, resting a leg injury. We don't got the full squad, but that's not an excuse for us to not give it our all in front of our fans. To start the ball game, Josh Giddey called a play immediately for Big Vooch, former All-Star, a savvy veteran who backed down Jalen Duren and hit him with a post hook. Cade Cunningham wasted no time getting on the scoreboard, taking Josh Giddey on an island. He's looking mad different this year, super poised, and he hit Josh with a step back 3. Let's not forget about the supporting cast now, because they got some experience coming from the 2025 playoffs. And Ausar Thompson is going to be one of those key guys that they're looking to see develop at a high clip. They've gone through so much, from having the worst record in the league to now being the top dogs in the East, and they're showcasing that in this ball game right here, because during the first quarter, it was all Detroit terrorizing us on the defensive end and capitalizing on the offensive end. You can tell that they got pretty good chemistry when Cade's able to maneuver in the offense, the other players positioning themselves to be open, and all they gotta do is make the bucket. It could have easily gone bad for us, but we kept our composure. We needed a bucket for real, and we relied on our sharpshooter Kevin Huerter. This whole time, I've been watching from the bench, just waiting patiently and celebrating my teammates. The Pistons still hold the lead in the second quarter. They're not gonna give us a break anytime soon, cause Cade Cunningham is still shooting lights out. He just did Carmelo's 3 to the dome, and at this point we're looking at Josh Giddey to lead the squad. Even though this wasn't the prettiest of possessions, he was still able to find Big Vucevic, and Big Man decided to reverse slam it. We were cutting some slack and building some momentum when my number is finally called, yo.
All right, everyone. We are witnessing history today, not just for the Bulls organization, but for the NBA in general. A player that's getting ready to check in, Jonathan Tarlac, is set to become the first-ever Filipino-born to play an official NBA game. And his story is remarkable. In college, he helped lead De La Salle University, which is one of the better basketball programs in the Philippines, to a perfect 14-0 record during their 2024 season, which then resulted to a championship. He then bet on himself and signed with a Spanish professional club where he averaged around 14 points per game with limited minutes off the bench. This caught the attention of the Chicago Bulls front office, ultimately trading for the 30th pick in the 2025 draft to select him. And this past August, he was instrumental to the Philippines' gold medal win in the FIBA Asia Cup. The last time the Philippines won that tournament was 40 years ago. What a feat for such a young career for who they call the kid from Tarlac City.
With around 4 minutes left before halftime, the Pistons are up by 8 and it's time to make an impact. Duncan Robinson was my first assignment, and the first thing that I learned is never give the shooter enough room to shoot cause then they'll embarrass you. I'm just gonna ease myself into the game, get a flow of the offense, be more of a facilitator early on so I can get my confidence up. Big Vooch looking like the Orlando version of himself after that dunk. But that number 2 out of the Pistons is a bad man cause he had Trey Jones on an ISO. Understanding that this is a mismatch, he converted the layup with an and one. As the third quarter began, I'm back at the bench, but coach told me that I'd play in the fourth quarter. So in the meantime, I gotta cheer on my teammates, and during halftime back in the locker room, I actually had a conversation with Josh Giddey and told him to be aggressive. I mean, he's a 6'8" point guard after all, who can definitely defend because of his long wingspan. But what really makes him good is his passing, his unselfishness on the break, and Matas Buzelis just had a crazy jam. Now everyone is fired up, and that level of aggressiveness down low is contagious because Kevin Huerter just took it down the paint. Detroit Pistons is certainly not going down without a fight. I had a pretty good front row seat to see how good they were playing. The thing is, throughout the third quarter, we actually flipped the script. Now we're the aggressors, led by Josh Giddey, being shifty with it, taking it down to the basket, then talking smack afterwards. That is some crazy work. He was really taking charge, sharing the basketball, finding Vucevic from the corner 3. And when the Pistons inbounded the ball, he went straight to defending, and I'm not even gonna lie, if he continues to play at this pace throughout the season, he might become an all-star for sure. Now, early in the fourth, that's when my number was called yet again. I have yet to score on my NBA debut. Yeah, I can feel the energy in the arena that the fans want me to get my first bucket. Josh was letting me know as well to just be ready and remember what got me here. And that belief from my teammates and the fans just boosted my confidence for sure. The number 12 pick in the NBA draft, Noah Isenge, got his first bucket from the top of the key. For me, I'm just locked in on helping the team in any way possible, and for this possession, I got the rebound. Then I took it down to the court, just surveying the offense with Cade Cunningham guarding me. Then Matas came up for the screen, and he's so explosive to the basket, they should have called an and one on this play. Then after another defensive stop, Josh told me to go to my spot. Yeah, I'm ready to get the basketball right here. Someone once told me when you sag off, your swag's off. So at 9 minutes and 37 seconds left in the fourth, that's when I got my first bucket, and the Filipino fans in the arena were celebrating. My broski, Josh Giddey, ended the ballgame with a triple-double, scoring 20 points, grabbing 11 boards and 11 assists. Well, what about the kid from Tarlac City? Well, apart from that 3-ball earlier, yeah, I felt more comfortable getting more shots up. As the 30th pick in the NBA draft, I dropped 5 points, grabbing 2 boards and dishing out 3 assists. all while shooting 2 for 6 from the field and having 0 turnovers. The Chicago Bulls winded up winning the ball game 136 to 129 in front of our home crowd, and we definitely stunned the Detroit Pistons. While back home, the Philippines was celebrating my debut. Didn't have the craziest of stats, but we're still the first Filipino-born to suit up for an NBA game. The following matchups after opening night against the Orlando Magic and Atlanta Hawks, I did not play any of those games because of the coach's decision. We did get 2 dubs though, which I'm happy about. I just gotta continue putting in the work, do what is asked of me. Just completely trust the journey that I'm in, cause I know I'm about to go crazy given the opportunity.
After coming off the bench the first couple games, Russell Westbrook will be taking the starting point guard position for the Sacramento Kings. This isn't a surprise to some, as he is a future Hall of Famer and still got a lot left in the tank.
When it comes to players idolizing him, Filipino-born guard playing for the Chicago Bulls has been a Russell Westbrook fan for as long as he can remember. They'll be matching up next later tonight. Wouldn't it be a cool moment to play against your favorite player? Let's see whether the Filipino standout gets a shot.
The Sacramento Kings are in the building, and if y'all don't already know, Russell Westbrook is my favorite player of all time. I mean, the reason why I wore number 0 back in De La Salle University was because of him. We started pretty hot without Kobe White, but can we continue this momentum against a Sacramento Kings team that doesn't really have team chemistry? From the tip-off, you can tell that our energy is different because Matas Bazeles called a post-up play already. I didn't really think that he had that in his bag, but I guess he's been working out with Nikola Vucevic low-key. The Sacramento Kings aren't defensively great, so he took advantage of Keegan Murray on that one. Getting a close look of my favorite player of all time wearing the number 18 jersey for the Sacramento Kings is crazy. Coach Billy Donovan emphasized the importance of being unselfish with the basketball. Matas took his time and found Big Vooch on that mid-range. We got 2 former Bulls making their return to the arena. Zach LaVine is familiar with the baskets of the United Center. He's been a bucket throughout his NBA career. The only knock is, can he play for a winner? Now, during the 3 wins that we had to start off the season, Josh Giddey has been instrumental. We are feeding off of his basketball IQ, and Matas Bazeles is looking to take that leap as the secondary star, and he's got so much raw talent. The ceiling is definitely sky high. Another former Chicago Bull making an appearance is DeMar DeRozan. I personally enjoyed watching him when he was with the Bulls because of his clutch shots and game winners. But still, I'm being biased when I say that 37-year-old Russell Westbrook is the best player in the Sacramento Kings right now. Enough with the glaze though, cause at the moment we are annihilating Sacramento, especially Domantas Sabonis because that boy can't move laterally. I'm out here watching on from the bench, just waiting for my opportunity. Me and fellow rookie Noah Esenge were having a conversation on how we can impact the game. I'm also low-key studying and observing the elite guys and how they operate on the court. And when I saw the signature DeMar DeRozan fadeaway, I just knew I needed that in my bag so bad. Coach Donovan called my number with around 5 minutes left in quarter number 2. And lo and behold, check out who is guarding the kid. You already know I gotta show out in front of my GOAT. I took over the ball handling and playmaking duties for a bit. I'm a combo guard in the end of the day, and I managed to find Zach Collins on the roll, and he made this tough lay with an and one. Not only that, in another possession, I seen Trey Jones wide open on the right corner. I just gotta make sure to make the defense react a certain way, and I'ma dish it out to you, and that's an automatic bucket. Our offense was flowing beautifully, and Sacramento just couldn't do anything defensively. If I'm being honest, Sacramento's squad looks stacked on paper, but I just don't think the players fit one another. Earlier, Trey Jones received a pass from me, and now he returned the favor. The bench mob is absolutely going nuts, especially when they left Zach Collins open from the 3. and it was nothing but cash money. I had extended minutes for my second NBA game just cause we were blowing out the Kings. 7 points on efficient shooting is not that bad. Again, I'm not trying to force anything. The more reps I get in, the more time I spend on the court, I'm just gonna get better. Despite the blowout, Russell Westbrook still played like it was a close game. He ended up leading Sacramento Kings, tallying 19 points, grabbing 9 boards, and dishing out 7 assists. Just like that, we are on a 4-game win streak and we still got no loss in our record. These former All-Stars Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan showed love to me after the game, telling me I got potential and to never stop believing in myself. Coach Donovan then pulled Russell to the side and introduced me to him. They both built a positive relationship off of their OKC days. We then swapped jerseys, which is still insane to think about. Yeah, I don't really care what anybody else has to say. He is my GOAT, and I'm gonna stand by that forever.
The Philippines national team are constructing a 12-man roster that already does not include Jonathan Tarlac and recent naturalized player Kyle Kuzma. Now, Kevin Kimbao will also not be available to join the team's games versus Guam for the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. More information will be reported soon.
Rising star shooting guard Kobe White made his NBA return after missing the first couple games of the season. The coaching staffs made it clear that upon his arrival, our minutes will be fluctuated. There's also a higher possibility that we may not even be able to play at all. And that's exactly what happened. To start off November, Noah Esenge and I were riding the bench. There were definitely times where I felt like we could have came in and contributed or made a difference. In the end, it's the coach's decision and you just gotta respect it and be professional. Fresh off another L, we were on our way back to Chicago when Coach Billy Donovan informed me that I'll be playing for the Windy City Bulls, the G League affiliate of the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, I wouldn't be going alone because they've also assigned Noah Esenge down at the G, and we'll be hooping alongside 3-time slam dunk contest champion Mac McClung and former lottery pick and Kevin Knox. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm just excited to get some playing time, let alone start a ball game. Remember when there were reports saying that KQ won't be attending the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers? Well, to tell you the truth, Broski told me exactly where he's going to be. Yeah, I'm more than happy to say that he's in the G League trying to get signed by an NBA team. And funny enough, my first game in the G will be up against him, so expect a lot of Filipinos up in the crowd. This may be the G League, but you gotta respect the players that's out here grinding, cause some of them could be just like me playing as a rookie, or former NBA players that are trying to get back in the league, and others just like KQ who's trying to make their dream come true. But let's go ahead and talk about this game. It's super fun to go up against a former teammate, a former DLSU champion. To see him create some chemistry with James Wiseman is absolutely nuts. But don't get it twisted, cause I'm trying to win this ball game. Unless you're wearing the same color jersey as I am, you're the enemy, bro. He's looking at me differently right now cause I usually don't pass like this in college, but don't forget I got vision, y'all. KQ knows the type of energy that I'm on, and let's be real, it'd be nice to say that he beat me in the G League even though I'm the NBA rookie. Throughout the beginning of the game, they had a pretty good shot cause James Wiseman was an absolute beast down low. You can see that they had a couple reps in already and they developed team chemistry. James Wiseman is showing why he was a top 3 pick in his draft class. KQ continued to show his confidence in his shooting, and that can be pivotal if he wants to get signed by an NBA team. Regardless of the misses, it's all about taking the next shot with the same confidence. And speaking of confidence, before my arrival to the squad, Mac McClung is the person leading the team, and he's absolutely nuts when it comes to scoring. I feel like Noah Esenge and I fit perfectly with the type of system that they run offensively. I haven't had much fast break opportunities in the NBA, and so when I saw the lane wide open and KQ tried to contest, that layup was super tough. I had to hype up the crowd. The fans in the stadium were applauding both teams because of the level of aggressiveness that we're showing. Despite us having quite a big lead, the mindset is that no lead is safe. A couple threes can put them back in the ball game, and KQ's thinking what I'm thinking, and so that's what he was going after every time he got the ball. Mac McClung decided to take over, called an ISO, and took Jason Preston all the way down to the paint, and that should have been an N1. Pair that with a little bit of shiftiness from the Filipino-born Jonathan Tarlac, and you already know you're in trouble. Oh, I almost forgot, the Windy City Bulls roster runs deep. Coming off the bench, we got Kenyon Martin Jr., who's the son of former New Jersey Net Kenyon Martin, and let's just say they got the same vertical, bro. It's so easy to hoop with guys who are athletic, and Kevin Knox is joining the mix. I threw him this lob right here. I couldn't help but show my emotions after that. Shout out to KQ though, cause I think with him being present for this game and my G League debut just helped me be more comfortable, and he obviously knows my tendencies, so I wasn't overly shook when he got that steal on me. It was a good highlight after Jason Preston took it to the basket for that easy money lay. This was my game to win though. I dropped 20 points, 7 assists, and 1 steal in my G League debut. Now for some, the numbers may look good, but for me, I'm not trying to be satisfied. I gotta wake up the next day, bring the same type of energy. Yeah, I'll continue to root and tune in to KQ and his NBA journey. He's been underrated for so long, he just needs a fair shot. He didn't do bad himself for this ball game. He dropped 13 points, grabbing 4 boards and 4 assists. Efficient shooting. When the buzzer sounded, there's no love lost between us. We're always going to be that iconic dynamic duo for the Green Archers. You already know I had to come through with a jersey swap for this historic moment. Just 2 homegrown kids from the Philippines playing in an NBA G League game.